Oh my goodness, we started immediate res this time. Oh no, I'm scared. I'm scared, guys. I'm scared. I'm in the middle of a battle right now with God, Satan, and my cock. Welcome back to the playthrough, my friends. This is another episode of debauchery, dragon debauchery in the form of monster taming. Because now we're going back to the trenches, to the crevices of those delicious, delicious monster co-op battles. We did this. If I can talk, I can talk. I can do the intro. Okay, if only if I can talk, I can do the intro. But anyways, we did this thing many times before. It is fun. It is a time. And before we do that, I am going to get our new cosplay of the day locked in and squared away. We are going into a Earthbound playthrough section of the section of the section of the section. So enjoy that. Mother 3, the amazing game, and don't worry, guys. I am anything but a spoiler woiler guy. So I'll let that train come to you when it comes to you when you realize who it is, because I like the surprises. I like the surprises. Um, excuse me if I'm a little bit low voice, low energy. Once again, we are at the parents' place. I can't be too loud because it's about 2 to 3 a.m. when we usually record. Because when else am I able to truly be myself? But in the crevices of night, and have these real conversations that I love having with you guys, having the weird conversations that I love having with you guys, because I feel like at this time of the night is when most people are active, are ready to learn, to be open, to be free, to be whatever they want to be. At least over here on this side of the world, I don't know, 3 a.m. to like 5 a.m. area. That is when love is there. That is when the energy is there. That is when the power to change is there, because the intensity of it. I think a lot of us are trapped within our own minds nowadays, and the main way to leave that crazy internal world is to starve it. It's just like the little parable that a lot of people love to reference, like the wolf. So you have two wolves, right? Yeah, one wolf that we're gonna leave in this dark room, and we're gonna chain him up, and we're not gonna give him any lights, and and he can't go anywhere, right? And you have another wolf, free, open pastures, you know what I'm saying? And it's super bright outside, and everything's all happy and stuff. And then the whole parable, it goes like this, like which wolf will survive, right? So some wolves would say, well, obviously it's the wolf who's out here in the sun, is whatever. And basically the gist of it is the one who gets fed, the one who gets fed. And that's sort of what we're getting into today, guys. You yourself, if you want to save the world, if you want to save communication, which is really what's fucking up the world, need to stop engaging in slop conversations. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Guys, I do not have slop conversations. I don't ever want to have slop conversations. And I realize that that is generally why I don't have fucking friends. Okay? Because this deep shit that I talk about, I can go there automatically. I can go there immediately. I can go there square one. I don't need I don't need condom. Okay? I don't need to lube up. Okay, I don't need to put my fucking flippers on. Okay, I don't even need to switch pants because I'm never wearing pants. Okay, I shouldn't have said that much, but um, yeah, I just go automatically, okay? And it's something my brain does in a good way and in a bad way, but I have internal self-control that allows me to realize that my schizo shit that I automatically think about has nothing to do with my actions, okay? That I can separate that. Although I am thinking deeply about everything, I can separate that, and I can make it a different part of me and engage with the base of life, okay, to function, to get through, to whatever. Because all in all, it doesn't matter. You just take care of yourself, you eat, you breathe, you shit, you move on, okay? That is life. That is the human experience. But yeah, whenever I am conversating or communicating with people, I don't just look at them. The main way I understand people, and the main way you can understand people and have real conversations, is looking at how they treat other people that of course aren't you. You can't just, stare at the way they treat you and be like, oh, they treat me so nice, whatever. No. This has to be somebody outside of yourself, somebody that you don't even know who the fuck they are. How do they treat them? Oftentimes, this is why, at least back in the day, it was a good idea to take somebody out to a dinner date. You just look at how they treat the staff. You look at how they treat random passersby. And it really works for me to even go on a walk because I don't know if this is everybody, but especially when I'm hanging out with people and we're like out at a public place or whatever, oftentimes we're gonna get stopped. We're gonna get looked at. We're gonna get just people who are curious about what the fuck is going on here. Like, why is this person with this person? What is people are going to be naturally drawn to the aura of just the situation that I give because it's a good situation, because I have fun with my situations, because there is love in my situations. And so, because that general aura is there, and it always is there, and it always will be there, because I've trained my magical body, my properties, to not release my nin. I've mastered. It's fucking hilarious. The anime is within me, man. I've mastered deep Koopa breathing. You know what I'm saying? So I'm always in Koopa mode. I've always got the Koopa in the head, in the body, in the soul, right? So with the deep Koopa breathing, people can just detect that. They can detect that, okay? And so the reason why I say you have to stop engaging in the slop conversations is because I realize it's baking into literally everything. It's because people have the social media brain even when they are off of social media. It's bad. It's bad, guys. It's bad. It's bad. It's bad. It's bad. Especially if you realize what's going on. What's going on is that you're allowing programmed thoughts to convince you that they are your own, that you didn't even program them. No, 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 this is my thought. What do you mean? Program thoughts? I am such a genius that there's no way that anybody could program me. I'm the smartest. I'm the smartest, and I got the largest brain, and I got no man. That's not how it works. That's not how it works. It's not how anything really works. There's always room to grow in any situation. And I honestly believe that many, many, many things are just left up into the air in convos, And this is what really pisses me off about a lot of people who say that, oh, yeah, I got, I'm on shows when I know what's going on, blah, blah, blah. It's just like, bro, anyone can confidently make a decision and say, hey, I think I know what's going on, so I'm gonna throw my dick out there and boom, okay? It takes somebody with true power, true discernment to say, I know what's going on, and I still don't trust it. I'm still going to question it. I'm still adding the variables in there, okay? To me, that is true power, okay? And I may be right, but I still need more evidence. And that's a good thing, right? But at the same time, I am resentful of those people who just take whatever they can get and go for it and say, I don't need all the information. I'm going to do what I need to do. The problem is when you just pontificate over the fact that you are just so great in your observations and you're like, yeah, this is it, and blah blah blah. And that's the problem with me, man. It's not like I was really getting trapped within my self control and like I was stopping myself from doing something I didn't want to as far as a slop conversation, but I was constantly and I still do constantly uh, nerf myself. I fit into a box because I don't think, it's so insulting too. It's like you don't think people can handle your level of depth. Like what the fuck is that? Like you don't trust me? You don't think I'm able to handle it? You think I'm a fucking loser that they can't go deep like that? Is that what you think? That is inherently disrespectful to everyone that you value in your life. You got to realize that even if they can't get there right now, it is up to you to bring them there if you really want them there. And that's a crazy realization, man. Sometimes you realize that maybe you didn't want them there. Sometimes you realize that maybe what you really don't want is friends. You want vessels. You want more things that are similar to you to use to operantly bring, whether they want to or not, to where you are. And where I'm going, where we are all going, doesn't really matter. What truly, truly, truly matters is the conversations and feeling good in them. And ooh, man, this is gonna hurt a lot. It always does. It always does. But honestly, there are not a lot of things that I actually have fun talking about. And I will openly and honestly say I have fun with these episodes. I do. I do. I do. And I'm so glad that not many people watch them because that makes me so, so, so certain in doing this, it just in being like, yeah, that this is what I need to do because I realize that the people like me don't have an outlet for this. They don't. They don't. That's why this is so fucking unpopular. That's why this is a weird thing for too many people that they can't fucking take. Because it's like, why is this on a goofy game? Why are you having these conversations with the avatar? Why you have all these VTubers? It's because I'm trying to stop you and me and the world from absolutely destroying their mental health with this retarded, shameful tactic that we use on ourselves. You know, it doesn't matter where you put your energy. As long as we are disciplined, it will move us forward. Okay? I don't care if you're disciplined in the gooning, okay? I was disciplined in the gooning. I still am. I have a schedule for when to do it. And I feel like, you know what? Fuck it. We're being honest today. We're being honest today completely and wholeheartedly. So my schedule was 6 a.m. and 11 p.m. every day, every fucking day, because that's what I needed. I needed one to wake up and I needed one to go to bed. So I was like, fuck it, I don't care, you know. And then I decided, hey man, I'm honestly, I'm waking up and immediately doing this. It doesn't feel good to wake up and immediately do this. So I started waking up at 3 a.m. because not only that, but the game is live at 3 a.m., man. Like this is when everybody is on Dragon Quest, ready to go, ready to kill it. And that is what I realized. This is what I really need in life. It's not like, oh no, you know, Dragon Quest is the only thing no. I just need to progress. I need to wake up and build immediately. It can't be like, oh no, I have to check my phone and see if I can scroll or check and see if my Oshi texted me. No. What we do is we get up and we build. And this is a very scary thought for a lot of people to pontificate in their heads, that somebody can just, you know, openly and honestly do this without any regards for what kind of conversations are had, or what kind of love is given, or what kind of magic is cooperated, or what kind of money is I don't care about any of that. I care about understanding why the world is like this. Why is it so hard to get through to the ground floor? And all in all, I think a lot of times we ask others, which is not inherently a bad thing. I suppose right now you're kind of asking me, but I'm glad you're asking me through this video and not actually texting me, because that's going to help you come to your own conclusions. And you came to a good video if you're looking to do that. You came to a good video. Because I am not here to hold your hand for a nice button pin solution, okay? That is not what this video is for. This is actually going to be probably one of my most controversial videos. We'll probably lose some subs. We'll probably get some hate. I don't care what the fuck happens. But you know what I really want to happen? I want you to use your stupid little gooner brain. You stupid little gooner brain. And I want you to decide. I want you to make a decision. What do I really value talking to people about? What do I really value going to? Where do I want to put my flag in the sand for what I will tolerate? Because I'm noticing, guys, a lot of people just allow others to dictate everything, literally everything in their lives. You can't do that. You can't be ruled by others. Okay, that was me, and I'm still, like I said, man, I'm still doing it. I'm still doing it. You know, even though I really don't talk to anybody, even though I'm only in chat rooms, even though, you know, I just have my parents, I still adhere completely and wholeheartedly to whatever I think, you know, the streamer wants, whatever I think the telemarketer wants, whatever I think, you know, whatever interviewer or whatever wants. Of course, because it is a fact of life that if you just give people what they want, you know, it should, quote unquote, it's just in theory, but apparently nowadays, you know, in the modern days, in the modern internet age, that is not how this shit works. But in theory, how this should work is you give people what the fuck they want, and they leave you the fuck alone, and they give you what you need. That is not the case anymore, guys. That is not the case anymore, guys. We are working on inherently disingenuous and deceptive tactics, and the problem is they are rewarded. Okay? And that's where these slop conversations come from. People get rewarded for talking about stupid shit that doesn't fucking matter. People get rewarded for having zero thoughts that come from themselves. People get rewarded from moving the status quo and pushing the needle along and changing absolutely nothing about themselves or the person in front of them. People get away with that. They don't get away with it. They run off scot-free. They fucking hit the lottery doing that shit. And that's what we all want, right? Yeah, we want tons of money. Yeah. But if you do, man, if you have this idea that you just need money and you'll be happy and you just need all this cash and you just really dictate yourself, what do you want with that money? Where are you going with that money? Is it just to survive? If it's just to survive, think long and hard about how you want to survive. How, you know? What kind of things do you want to do in your survival mode? What would be your daily actions, okay? Because this is a scary thing. I think once AI really starts taking off and starts taking jobs, and I believe it's really doing that right now. I'm seeing, you know, thousands and thousands of jobs being lost to AI every day. But when this really takes off, and nobody can truly find a job, and nobody can really find a grind to work in, I realized that this was my most volatile time. This was the time when the suicidal ideation, I can't even fucking say it, the suicidal ideation became at its strongest, at its most pivotal, and most potent era, is when I was doing goddamn nothing. Sure, it's still here. Sure, I still fucking hate everybody. Sure, I think the world is a terrible place, but it's not as strong now because I have something. And all you need is something. But I think a lot of people are going to put that something into the slop. Do not put your something into the slop. I am trying to get as many content creators in here as possible. I'm getting the slop tubers, I'm getting the good tubers, I'm getting the bad tubers, okay? Anything that I can co-sign. And I'm putting it in here, okay? I'm having links to here because you need these real conversations. You need somebody to tell you like it really is. Nobody is here to help you, especially not anybody online, okay? There are certain free communities where you can talk to people and you can hope they're having real conversations, but it's not going to change at all if you don't have these real conversations with yourself and if you don't really decide what you want from these conversations. Guys, I am not going to lie that I'm lonely. I'm not gonna lie that I cry, you know, that horrible things happen to me, that people are dying left and right around me. Do I talk about that? No, because I like to view you, my friend, as my friend, and I would not talk about that with my friend, okay? That's just a guy thing, okay? And to me, my masculine way of coping, of dealing with it, is to work it out, and this. Does this work like? Does this look like work to you, baby? Does this work? Does this look like work to you? Nah, it is not. It is not work. So you see how I've sort of corroborated this? You see how I've sort of developed this? I don't want to have these stupid slop conversations with people because I haven't figured it out, but I've already got a discipline that allows me to figure it out. That allows me to take those steps to go where I need to go to get this shit figured out. And because I have that, I realize that talking to these people and having these slop conversations really isn't going to help me most times. There are certain slop conversations that are helpful, but few and far between. And the problem with me, man, it's so fucking annoying, and I hate this shit about friends, is that I'm always at my best on my own. Every fucking time. I'm never good with people. Whenever I get with somebody, I always notice a distinct drop. Not in efficiency, not in, you know, love, not in, you know, whatever kind of happiness levels, bullshit, whatever, but there's always a consistent drop in peace. And I'm not saying I have some sort of internal panic going on everywhere. I'm saying I care. I care a lot, okay? I care, and the care brings fear. Never, ever shy away from your own fear. It means you're still alive. It means you still have a soul. It means there's still love within you, okay? So that's why I always say it's more powerful than love, because fear is directional. Love goes anywhere. Okay, fear tells you what the fuck is going on. Love, it's like, yeah, I'm just here, buddy. I'm a lover. Love, love, love. Love, love, love. No, fear will tell you what the fuck, where are you going, okay? Hey, man, it's a sign. It's a sign. You know what love is a sign of? Distraction. Love is a sign that you, my friend, are satiated. That you don't have to worry. And I'm here to tell you that you don't have to worry. You don't, baby. You don't. But I will tell you what you do need to do. You need to have non-negotiables. You need to move. You need to take action, okay? I know laying in the bed is the easiest thing to do. I know giving up is the easiest thing to do. For other people, not for me. But I had to learn, you know? And believe me, I tried giving up. I did. And I feel like operantly, you can, you know? But if your goal is to give up, then really give up. 110% give up. People, the problem with people, man, is that they don't fucking go 2,000% into the goon. If you're a fucking gooner to VTubers, I want to see you gooning non-stop. I don't want to see that hand fucking leave the car. Okay, I don't want to see your screen without a VTuber on it for 5 seconds. Okay, I want to see you go to the main darkness. I want to see you on that fucking website tracking everyone's periods, tracking every fucking blood cycle of them. That's what I want to see. I want you to go deep as far as possible so that there is nowhere to go but up. That is the only way. And once you do that, you'll realize how you can use it, how it can be alchemized for what you actually need. Because all my gooners, you know that the horny doesn't hurt you. Not entirely. You know, without the horny, where would we be? What would we be? Okay, what would we be without our horny? You see? We would be nothing. And I want you to be something. Also, spoiler alert, my game crashes. So, I'm in the episode now. I do love you. If nobody else says this to you, I do. I really, really do. The VTubers may not. They may, but they may not. But whatever you give to them will not change that. Okay? Remember to give back to yourself. Remember to love yourself. And have the conversations that you want. Okay, there goes the freezing. I love you guys, and I will catch you next time on the Monster Blast. Goodbye.